Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
And we begin tonight with the weather. You know, it's getaway day for the more than 72 million Americans. AAA expects to travel more than 50 miles for the 4th of July holiday.
But if you plan to stick around here at home, the holiday weekend is off to a pretty nice start as we take a live look outside from our downtown sky cam. There's no shortage of things to get out and do. Ron Hilliard live at one of the big events, Taco Fest over in Royal Oak.
Yeah, Ron, so you're tracking the heat and air quality concerns. Tell us all about it, man.
Oh, yes. Right now, we are already feeling the heat. Devon and Karen, we are seeing those temps in the mid-80s here in Metro Detroit. Those temps right now are really hot. Thankfully, the humidity is in check. But we're here at the Royal Oak Taco Fest, and people are trying their best to stay hydrated, finding shade. I want to show you right now the current temps that we have here in Metro Detroit. We're looking at 85 degrees in Detroit, 83 in Howell, 82 in Pontiac, and 88 in Adrian. Now, I do want to show you right now, we're looking at a Zach 40 radar. We have the chance of a couple of pop-up showers and thunderstorms here in southeast Michigan. A couple of these storms, as you go over toward Lansing, even becoming strong to severe. Something we'll be monitoring very closely here in Metro Detroit. So we do have calm weather right now here in southeast Michigan, but I talked about the air quality advisory. You heard about it. We've been talking about those concerns. It covers most of us here in southeast Michigan for tomorrow for the combination of wildfire smoke as well as fireworks smoke. Now, coming back live here at the Royal Oak Taco Fest, I have Selena Berry, owner of Selena Taqueria. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Tell me about what you have out here.
I have our shrimp tacos right here. This is a new item, which is our Fiesta potatoes, our loaded nachos, and then our birria tacos is really what we're known for.
Nice.
It's a slow cooked chuck roast.
And this is a great day to stay hydrated.
Yes.
This is from another vendor,
Yes.
the Fern.
The Fern is the best. It makes me last the entire weekend. This is what gets me through the weekend, stay hydrated.
You have to stay hydrated. And remember, it is going to be hot all weekend. I'm going to talk more about the tips that we can expect as we go into the holiday weekend coming up.
Our other top story tonight, we're getting our first look at the woman now charged in the hit-and-run crash that killed a 3-year-old boy and critically injured his mother and twin sister.
The judge today setting bond for this woman, Tammy Sandoval, $600,000. This all happened Sunday night after a festival in Livonia at the intersection of Merriman and Linden Street. Lauren Kostick live for us this evening. Lauren, you spoke to the family of the victims.
Yeah, Karen, they tell me they are just so thankful for all the love and support and prayers lately that they've been receiving. That really can be seen here at this intersection with not just this memorial, but one on each corner, all 4 corners. And we did get a little bit of good news tonight. We hear that 3-year-old Chloe, the sister, she is back home tonight, but her mom, she still has a long road ahead. All of this as the family is still dealing with the loss of a little boy.
I really don't know how to handle this because this is new to us. We've never experienced this, and Lord knows we never wanted to experience it.
It's been a nightmare for Michael Robinson. Sunday night, his daughter and his 2 grandchildren hit by a driver while leaving the Livonia Spree Festival. 3-year-old Khalil died while his twin sister Chloe and mom Tia were rushed to the hospital. The driver nowhere to be found. Days later, Robinson is still waiting to visit his daughter, who is in critical condition.
How can you, in her condition, how can you tell her she lost a baby?
But today, a glimmer of hope as Chloe returned home.
She's doing fine. She's traumatized, of course, but she's at home with us. You know, she's taking my phone every chance she gets.
In the meantime, the driver, Tammy Sandoval, remains in jail. The 55-year-old from Mount Morris given a $600,000 bond with no 10%, meaning she has to pay in full. The prosecution also listing her criminal history, including a drunk driving conviction and multiple car crashes, with one leaving 2 people hurt. Sandoval's license was also suspended.
At this time, bond will be set in the amount of $600,000.
I'm not bitter at her. I'm not upset. I'm not mad with her. But I am a little confused.
In the meantime, relying on his faith and the community.
Yes, that's the only thing getting me through right now.
And the mother, Tia, still remains in a medically induced coma. And another heartbreaking part about all of this is she has no idea about what happened here or the loss of her little baby. So that is why the family tells me they are holding off on funeral arrangements right now in hopes that she recovers. Live tonight, Lauren Kostick, Local 4.
Heartbreaking story. I can't believe. All right. Thank you, Lauren. In other news tonight, we're covering out of Southfield. We're getting our first look at police video of a chase that injured 2 Southfield police officers.
Yeah, this happened around 3 Tuesday morning. That's when officers were trying to arrest 2 men for stealing tires. All right, so let's get out to our Jay Scott Smith. Jay, one of the men jumped into a pond to try to get away?
Yes, indeed he did, Damon. In fact, that pond is right here over my shoulder, but come here, take a look at this. This is where the crash actually ended in the middle of the night. Really gnarly looking crash out here. The thing is, it could have been a whole lot worse, and as you mentioned, it started over a set of tires. That was the end of a wild middle-of-the-night police chase that woke up an apartment complex in Southfield on Tuesday morning.
I'm not suggesting that it was done intentionally. As I look at the video, rather reckless behavior trying to evade our officers led to these individuals crashing head-on into our police officers.
I caught them stealing two sets of tires for somebody F-150.
Began just after 3 a.m. with a 911 call.
And they literally just rolled past me, so it's like, I need you motherfuckers to get caught.
The exasperated caller telling police that there were 2 men identified as 31-year-old Trayshawn McKay and 51-year-old Prince Mason who were stealing tires off a Ford F-150 at the Village Club on Franklin near 11 Mile. That set off a wild chase through the streets as cops pursued the men who were in a stolen, rented Chrysler Pacifica. Dashcam footage shows the men tossing the stolen tires out of the minivan. The chase ends up at Willow Pond near 9 and Lasser when the minivan smashes head-on into a Southfield police car. The 2 officers inside are momentarily shaken before hopping out of the vehicle, one chasing McKay on foot, the other dragging Madison out of the wrecked minivan. McKay dove into the rancid pond attempting to get away, but was quickly caught by officers. Barron hailed the officers as heroes and sent a warning to any thieves planning on hitting up the city of Southfield.
So we have a no tolerance for thieves in Southfield.
Now, both men have been charged by the Oakland County prosecutor. They're facing felony larceny charges, with McKay also facing third-degree fleeing and eluding charges since he was the driver of the getaway car. McKay has a $50,000 cash bond, while Madison's is $5,000. And here you see it right here. This is where McKay ended up diving into, the Willow Pond. Now, I asked Chief Barron about the possibility of upgrading charges, considering they did hit a police vehicle. He said he will speak to the prosecutor about that. The next exam that they're looking at is a hearing on July the 16th. We're live in Southfield. I'm Jay Scott Smith for Local 4.
All right, Jay, thank you.
All right, police in Warren are looking for the driver of a pickup who spilled 175 gallons of antifreeze on 8 Mile. This happened on Tuesday near the intersection with Van Dyke. The large container that fell off the truck had no identifiable markings, so police are now asking for help. The spill caused no threat to the public, but it was difficult to clean up. The city says it cost them $10,000 to get that job done.
All right, now take a look at live pictures from the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. This after the House passed President Trump's spending bill. Now, that legislation goes to the White House for his signature, and it comes right before the president's self-imposed deadline of the 4th of July. NBC's Julie Sirkin is in Washington for us tonight.
After a week of twists and turns, strong-arm tactics, and backroom deals, President Trump's signature tax cuts and spending bill is headed to his desk to be signed into law.
The motion is adopted.
The final House vote coming one day before a Trump-imposed July 4th deadline, and hours after the bill appeared to be in trouble, with hardline fiscal conservatives and other Republicans threatening to vote no. But ultimately, the bill passed with no changes.
A lot of members genuinely needed time to digest what the Senate sent over.
House leaders credit the president with convincing holdouts to get in line.
He was, directly engaged. He was available. If anybody had a question, they could go straight to him.
With little power to stop it, House Democrats slammed the so-called big beautiful bill during floor debate.
My House Republican colleagues, have you no shame?
And delayed the vote by hours.
House Democrats are going to stand up.
8.5 hours, to be clear, because Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries set a new record for the longest floor speech in history. Democrats in the minority could not stop the bill from passing, but Jeffries says the fight is not over.
That no matter what the outcome is on this singular day, we're going to press on. We're going to press on.
The bill makes permanent the 2017 Trump tax cuts, slashes funding for Medicaid and food aid programs. It increases funding for border security and the military. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimates the bill will add more than $3 trillion to the national debt and will strip health care coverage from more than 11 million people. Republicans dismiss those projections.
Unleashing a rising tide of prosperity, securing our border, modernizing our national defense, and supercharging energy, agriculture, all the sectors of our economy.
The president will head to Iowa tonight for a rally, and tomorrow he will sign the big, beautiful bill at the White House, according to sources, amid all the July 4th celebrations and festivities there. In Washington, Julie Sirkin, NBC News.
And again, that bill signing is set to happen at 5 p.m. tomorrow.